Okay, good morning, you all. I welcome you in this 11th lecture of web technology. In last few sessions, we started to learn one client-side technology. Can you name that technology? Which programming language we are learning?
JavaScript.
JavaScript. Perfect, perfect. So, do you remember any of the feature we learned of a JavaScript till today? I would like to listen from you. Any of the feature you remember of a JavaScript? Anything special you remember about JavaScript? Nothing? Am I audible? I hope my voice is reaching to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great, great. Loosely and dynamically typed language. So does loosely and dynamically are both same concept or different? Loosely coupled means what? Loosely coupled means what? Yes, both are different, correct. So loosely coupled means we need not to have specify the type like var int a, and dynamically typed means at runtime which type of data is assigned to that variable, accordingly that type will be attached runtime to that variable. Correct, correct. Data types are not required to specify, and it allows programming to be performed without server interaction. Okay, this is one more feature Nikita shared. That is again good. It allows programming to be performed without server interaction. Great, great. So let's move ahead now. We also talked about the data types. Data types in JavaScript. Primitive data types we learn are number, string, boolean, along with that null and undefined. And then user-defined data types are arrays and objects. So we will go for a basic. We have seen the programs for objects and array, and as per the need for a null and undefined, we will check example. Now, let check the JavaScript operators. Which different operators JavaScript allows. So, yes, and they are going to do different operations like arithmetic operation, assignment operation, comparing two values. So at that we will require some operators. So which operator JavaScript provides? Arithmetic, comparison, logical, we may say as a relational, assignment operators, conditional operator, that is a ternary operator, string operators, type operators, and bitwise. Let's go one by one. I hope my screen is visible to you. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Great. Let me increase the size so that it will be easy for you to see. So see, these are the arithmetic operators. You are very much familiar with this. Those are plus for addition, minus for subtraction, star for multiplication, backslash for division, mod operator, modulus, reminder, plus plus, increment, minus minus, decrement. So let have one example of this. Let's say, I hope you are able to see this code screen now.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, great. Let me make some comments so that we will go step by step. Okay. So suppose A and B are two numbers. So like this arithmetic addition we can go for. Let me print that addition. And some I'm printing. So let me start my live server. And yes, result is 40 because 10 plus 30. Let me change this to the 60 and you will find 60 plus 10 is 70. Okay. I hope no any confusion in this. Correct. Very simple. Similarly, we can go for subtraction. You will get minus 50 result. Multiplication, division. Are you getting the result? Yes. Are you observing result in the right hand side?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let me go for mod. So 10 mod 60, 10, fine. So this is about the arithmetic operators. Let's move ahead. Just a minute. Let's move ahead. Comparison operators. Please be please concentrate more because some confusions you may have here as compared to other programming language. Comparison operators. Comparison and logical operators are used to test true and false. Does they are equal, not equal, like that. Comparison operators are used as a logical statements to determine equality and difference between variables or their values. So let's say x is equal to 5, x equal to 5 number value. Then according to this x equal to 5, we are going to check different operators, comparison operators. So first operator is equal to, double equal to. It is for checking equal to. So if I write x equal to 8, it should return false because value of x is 5. I am comparing it with 8, so it should return false. If I check x equal to 5, it should return true. It should return true. And if x equal to 5, again it should return true. So this is somewhat strange third value, correct? X equal to 5. Give me reply. How this third statement is true? That is the question in your mind. I hope I'm audible to you all. Does my voice is reaching to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So why this is? So see, for that you must have to understand next operator, triple equal to operator, second line, triple equal to operator. What it means? Equal value and equal type. Equal value and equal type. So uh, in the first double equal to, that is only checking the equal value. But if you want to check that value as well as data type also must be same, then you have to go for triple equal to. So if you check x triple equal to 5 will return true, but x triple equal to string 5 will return false. Now here you will get the false which you was expecting in previous third one, x equal to string 5. So understand that double equal to will only check the value, not the data type. Triple equal to will check data type as well as value should be equal. Give me quick reply if you understand this.
Yes, sir.
Double
Yes,
equal
sir.
to and triple equal to.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
great. So let's move ahead. Then not equal to, as usual, only we'll check the value x not equal to 8. It is true because our x value is 5 and 5 not equal to 8 is a true. And not equal to, two equal to's, then it will check not only values but type also. So if value and type are not equal, then only it will return true. So if x is 5, x not equal to 5 will return false because 5 is equal to 5. X not equal to 5 will return true because not equal to 5 will return true because x value is 5 but data types are different. And x not equal to 8 will return true because 8 and 5 are different. Then greater than, as usual, x is greater than 8, 5 is greater than 8, no, so it will return false. X is less than 8, it will return true. Greater than equal to, less than equal to, as usual you are using in C, C++ or Python. So let's move ahead. Any query in this comparison operators? Any query in these comparison operators?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
and I
sir.
hope no need to go for a program also because you can test by assigning the value. Correct. So let's move ahead.
Yes, sir.
Now logical operators. Thank you. Logical operators. Logical operators and, or, and not. So see, let's say x value is 6. Let me increase this also so that it will be more clear to you. Okay, let x equal to 6 and y is equal to 3. Then if we apply the AND operator, double ampersand. So x is less than 10 and y is greater than 1. So check, x value is 6. Does it less than 10? True. And y is greater than 1. Y is 3. Yes, it is greater than true. Means both the conditions are true. So this will return true. And means both must true. So if you remember the truth table of and, 0 0 means false false false, false true false, true false false, and true true true. Here both the conditions are true, that's why it is returning true. Or operator, any condition is true, then it will be true. Like x equal to 5 is not true because x equal to 6, or y is equal to 5, that is also not true, y is equal to 3, so it will return false. And not, this is a logical, okay, this is a logical not. So not x equal to 5 means x equal to 5 is there or not? X is value 6, y is value 3, both values are not same. So this bracket will result false, but the not operator, it will negate the value, that is a negative of false is true. That's why it will return true. Okay, is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It is simple one. Great. Let's move ahead then. Assignment operators. Assignment operators assigning the value one to another. So equal to operator, x equal to y. Value of y will get assigned to x. Plus equal to can be written as x plus equal to y. It means that x equal to